Welcome to the first edition of the DIH League Podcast. Joined with my co-host, old Jaja over there. How you doing, champ?
What's good, guys?
All right. This is just going to be kind of a little public service announcement, and then we're going to get into a little pre-off-season power rankings here. So, just a note, everybody should know, but if you don't already, our draft is going to take place on Monday, August the 3rd. That's right around the corner, literally like 13 days away. So, make sure you're prepared. Be off. Don't miss it. It's like if you do. Uh, I think that's really the only announcement I have. Oh, yeah. So in the chat, we have a poll set up right now. We've got 6 votes. Make sure you read it. Vote what you want. Just trying to change the scoring for the kickers. What do you
Who
think of that,
cares
Jet?
about kickers?
Okay, but let's be real. It would just make it a little more entertaining. Just a little bit. If my kicker nails a 65-yard field goal, man, I want that extra half a point. I'm stingy. All
As
right.
long
Well,
as
I
he's
guess
losing points too.
well, that okay. Yeah, fucker. Is that about is that about 2 years ago? Got robbed. In my defense, I think that's ESPN's fault for not having the kicker settings correct. All right, that's not on me. Everybody knows you won that league, even though technically Jed won. That's okay. All right. Well, I guess let's get right into it. Did you put together a list?
I did, and I went to my my assistant, uh, and I think we're gonna run it weekly off of my assistant, and we'll do weekly updates and weekly little tidbits off of that, and that is my Chat GPT. So
Oh, is that right?
that's how I'm running mine.
So ChatGPT chose the power rankings.
I entered all 12 teams based on their salary. So they has all the rules.
Yep.
Uh, it has everything, our roster spots, all that kind of stuff. Uh, has all the rosters, and it ranked it from there, and ranked it a couple of ways. Once was just an overall uh just a overall of like how a like a NFL front office person would look at the franchise,
Word.
how it's set up. And then I did just for this episode, I did just a quick down and dirty, give me the top 12, without going into each individual team and where they might be, and what their projections kind of are.
Well, that's the part I kind of look forward to, kind of talking about what each person's going to, have their offseason looking like here in a couple of weeks, what they're going to look for in the rookie draft or in the free agency, the amount of cap space or draft picks these guys have.
Yeah.
I guess I'll get started. I guess I'll go with my list here at number 12. I mine was a little simpler. I just went through every roster and just a score of 1 through 5 on what I thought of the player and just added it up. So last place for me was your buddy old Aaron over there, the old Mandalorian Raiders. I mean, there's a few okay pieces on this team. I mean, you've got 2 great quarterbacks. The problem is we only start 1 quarterback. So it's kind of a bummer. I mean, I love Joe Bob. I think Jaden Daniels is going to recover just fine from that injury. Brock Bowers, obviously, he's going to be tight end 1 this year. Everybody's kind of, projecting that. We'll kind of see how that goes. But if he stays healthy, he's got a great path. Keon Coleman's very JMO, hit or miss. Some weeks, 25 points. Some weeks, 6 points. Kind of depends. You made that trade with him, Pacheco, for what, Stroud? Straight up?
Uh, I believe there's another player involved in it.
Well, I don't feel like looking that up.
I don't blame you.
In my mind, it was just Pacheco for Stroud, pretty much straight up. I mean, he had 4 quarterbacks on the roster. My thing with Pacheco is a lot of people are kind of underselling his value. Sure, he's playing behind Jahmyr Gibbs, but even then, David Montgomery still got plenty of production in that offense. And I think he's just going to take over that role pretty much straight up. So I think he's still a startable player in that flex some weeks. I don't think that's that terrible. Daniel Carlson was definitely somebody that should have been dropped before the offseason actually started, as he is not playing for this team, so he's going to have to be cut at some point. And what's he paying him? Yeah, see, that's $5 just kind of wasted this year when he cuts him. But overall, yeah, not a great team right now. But let's go to the old front office so we can take a look at what he's got for this offseason in terms of draft capital and money. Where is he? So $122, that's not bad. That ranks, what, 1, 2, 3. So that's 6th in terms of cap space. It's not terrible. Where do you have Aaron ranked?
So my buddy, good old Chatty over here, has let me see where he's at on the. Oh, you want me
Chatty.
just this year, or do you want like overall? Like I said, because it kind of did it two ways. It did it as like a future
Well, yeah, I think the
look
idea is
also
going
with
into the season. Yeah, just who's on their team right now.
all right, all right. Well, this is so this year, just for the what they think he'll end up for this season is let me go to that spot. They have him finishing 6th in the season.
What? They've got
Yeah.
that as a playoff team, bro. What the fuck is ChatGPT
And
doing?
that's and I
You know,
can tell
I
you
said
that
yesterday I was going to
is
keep all of my thoughts very kind and respectful towards
yeah,
these people, but
yeah.
playoffs, nah, bro. What the fuck are we talking about?
Yeah, it's because of his hundred plus dollars.
Yeah, okay.
He has some trade bait there. He has some ability to go in for some players and get some starters.
Well, see, that's all
Um
very true. The path towards having a better team is definitely there, but well, I took my rankings into more of what's on the team right now.
yeah, well
But yeah, that's
that's that last one that I told you. But yeah,
yeah,
no,
the path
so
is definitely there. He doesn't
that's
have
what
to be in the toilet bowl.
that's what Chatty has. So I'm going with it.
6th place. Well, you
Sticks
definitely
and
have great trade bait with one of those quarterbacks, whichever one you decide to move off of. I mean, you're not going to get an elite player back. You know, obviously they're going to be on your bench. The value's not crazy high, but surely somebody's going to come looking for one of those guys if they're healthy. All right, guess we'll go ahead and move to number 11. I've got the old pork chop powerhouse, Brian's team. Now, this is a guy who's got a ton of capital, a ton of draft picks going into this offseason. He's definitely going to make moves. He's not going to finish as the 11th team, or you wouldn't assume so, but he's got the highest cap space, $207. It's disgusting. Then he's going to hold the first pick in the draft and then the third pick in the draft, and then he's done for a couple more hours until we start free agency. What's old Chatty got to say about old Brian?
they got him sitting at 9. They
Better.
got him with same kind of what you said with the high, obviously the high draft capital. Um Him having the first and third pick, gives him a lot of strength there. Um
I mean, you know, Jeremiah Love is going to be on his team. He's kind of been saying for months that is the 101. I think he's telling the truth.
it's uh chat says his biggest weakness is going to be proven weekly production.
Bet, yeah, you
But
know,
the upside
that's
there is
solid.
it's still a projection because he's going to have some young players and those draft picks. What are they actually going to do?
Yeah, his team is going to be very, very.
Said his biggest need is going to be some difference makers. So
I mean,
he has he
I
has
think
the
he's got a
depth.
difference maker already, though. I mean, I think
So
very highly of Rome going into this season. Also, Colston Loveland doubling down on the Bears' offense, which for a long time would have been a sin, but they're pretty good now.
see, I'm still not in on the Bears. So that's
Really.
yes, 100%.
All right, you might be kind of crazy for that. I mean, I think minimum 3 of those guys are bound to have great fantasy football seasons. And you're probably looking at Colston and Rome and, old Swift over there. I think the Luther Burden hype has gone a little too far. Having Luther above Rome is crazy to me. I think Rome is still the number one in that offense. I think he should be. I mean, he's always open. That's crazy, ChatGPT. The reason for Aaron was the moves he could make. The moves Brian could make, I feel like, are way better. I don't know. It's interesting. I mean, you've got 2 top 3 picks and $200. I mean, come on. Think about that. You're looking at coming out of there with maybe Saquon. Justin Jefferson's definitely going to go for way over that $38. But even then, he's got the cap. He can do what he wants. He's probably going to end up with 3 of these, top 10 guys right here in free agency. And all of a sudden, that's a guy that's, probably looking at sneaking into the playoffs next season. Interesting. All right, well, I guess we'll go ahead and move on to number 10, and this should be no surprise. It's the old worst and not so bad. The Toilet Bowl winner last year. Love to see it. Absolute ass to absolute mid this year. Looking forward to it. I mean, some really nice pieces. I love Tyler Warren. I love Emeka Egbuka. I think they're going to have great seasons. RJ Harvey, not a big fan. JK is definitely the number 1 running back in that offense until he gets hurt, and then we'll kind of see what RJ does. Man, Jalen Waddle is just wait and see. I mean, every year I feel like I'm on the train. He's going to be great, and then he's mediocre as fuck. I don't know. Still wait and see. This is your team, so I'll kind of let you go over the insight you kind of have.
This is my team.
Yep.
So Chat has them has it at 7 overall.
Bullshit.
So
bullshit.
Has it as in the rising contender tier.
Okay, if fair.
And it tiered them out all the different places. And it's not for this year. This is for, like I said, this is for overall.
Yeah.
Just looking, and it sees like how long you have these people signed for and things also. So,
dude, Chatty is cooking over here.
So that's what it has it for. Obviously, biggest weakness is running back.
Massive weakness. I mean, you've got
we do know that.
Here. Yeah.
But it basically just says, it has the youth. There's not a lot of there's no old players on the team, that sort of thing. But definitely needs running back. Biggest need is running back, veteran leadership. So yeah.
Well, you've got $167 in cap. I mean, who are you looking at in free
bucks.
agency? Who are you targeting? Come on,
who knows? Who knows?
I mean, who knows?
We'll see.
You've got the 105 and the 109.
I mean, obviously, there's going to be a running back involved in there.
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe. There kind of has to be. I have one on the whole team.
Yeah, and he's not even startable going into the year. I guess we'll kind of see.
So yeah, there'll be some running backs picked up. That'll be my main goal going in.
What's the move with all of these just wide receivers you got going on here on the bench?
Hey, they're young kids. No money spent on them, and we'll see what happens with them.
Well, you say no money, but Ricky Pearsall potentially maybe the wide receiver 2 in San Fran.
That's the only one that's the only one I just didn't drop.
Yeah.
Probably should have, just didn't. So.
Well, I mean, do you think he has the potential to have a good year? How you feeling about him?
I mean, health is the main thing with him.
Yeah,
if he can stay healthy.
Just cannot stay healthy.
And that's just, if he stays healthy, he's a solid player. If not,
definitely could be. And not
like
to mention,
last year.
Yeah. And if Mike Evans, God forbid, gets hurt again with that hamstring injury, he could be moved up to the number 1 in that offense, or
he gets hurt every year, so it's fine. Mike Evans gets hurt every year
for a couple of games,
Yeah,
I mean,
but no, that was the only one that really, like, you look at it and it's one of those. I played it back and forth. Should I keep him? Should I not keep him? So
what's the move here with the 105 and the 109? Looking here at the rookie draft.
It's We'll see what happens. We're gonna see who falls
We're
down there.
gonna see what happens, huh? Well, here,
We're
I'll
gonna
throw out some
see.
names. Obviously, Jadarian Price, you want a running back. Does he fall to the 105?
He
Is
might.
that a guy you're looking at? Because, I mean, none of these other running backs really have, a path to being a starter. Not early, at least. Not for a minute. Guess we'll see. But yeah, I've got you 10th. I think the potential is definitely there. I like the cap space. Again, 2 early draft picks. Same could be said for a lot of these teams down here at the bottom. Doesn't have to be so bleak going into the year. All right. I feel like ChatGPT is going to probably dislike this team coming up. Somebody's got to be down towards the bottom. I have got old Caleb. Where is he at? I'm Dirty Dan. He's only got 4 players on the team for right now. And that, you already know how I feel about Jalen Hurts. He is not
You,
top 10. This is a
you love
lie.
him.
I do not love him.
You
I hate
love.
him. Dak is a better quarterback than Jalen Hurts. We all know that. That's obvious. But then after that, he's got 3 excellent receivers, man. Like, love the receiver room, but you have no running backs. And everybody knows, man, running backs are a hot commodity. And they are not going to be cheap. So is that 137 enough money to get 2 solid running backs in free agency? That's kind of what it came down to for me. It doesn't have any draft picks, not from what I remember. Let's pull up the old front office.
Yeah.
Got
No
5
first round
picks.
picks.
Yeah, they start in the second. So
Yeah.
the youth, I mean, he's going to have a lot of guys on his practice squad for sure. But nobody's really going to help out that team this year. So he is pretty much looking strictly at free agency. And I've talked a good bit with him. I have an idea of where his mind's at, the players he's looking at. But, I mean, it's just a battle of who has more money. And he's not the richest man in the world.
Yeah. So Chad has him at 11.
Yeah, I had a feeling
Um,
he'd be down there.
has him at 11. Has him as a retooling. Um, Same thing you said. Quarterback, wide receiver rooms are up there. Once again, no running back, tight end weakness, and then just balance overall on the roster. So his biggest need is going to be running back.
Yep. But this is a team that, again, like, if you get 2 solid running backs, the tight end room doesn't necessarily matter that much. Your receiver room is so stacked that this is a team that could sneak into the playoffs very easy. All right, I guess I'll continue. That was supposed to be a follow-up. Hey, you already
Oh, I
know the
was
drill.
I,
Anybody
I
that
was
sneaks
I
into
was
the
scrolling
playoffs.
through on here as well.
I
Yeah.
mean, he's going to have a chance. You make the playoffs. You've got maybe potentially elite. I mean, I like Mekhi Lemon more than Devontae Smith, but I get it. His stock right now is a lot higher because Mekhi is a rookie, but that's fine. Let's say for right now, these 3 guys are all studs. Top 15 receivers in fantasy football. Like, he can go on a run to win a championship if the team is, just solid around it. It doesn't have to be great.
And
So
that's
it's
the biggest
something.
thing that they were saying is just building around what he has. So
Yeah.
just get some solid playable veterans in there and maybe get somebody that sneaks into the round 2 of the draft, maybe a rookie that kind of breaks out. But yeah, because he has the first pick in the second round, ninth
Yep.
pick. So there is some guys there that could slide out that you were thinking, oh, they're definitely,
Well, look at that.
they're definitely the number 10 pick or something, and somebody doesn't want him and he slides
Yep.
out. You know how
Like,
that works.
especially
So
like Chris Bell. He's not going to play a lot early in the season in Miami, but that's like a guy maybe you just stash on your practice squad. If he falls to Caleb, I think that's definitely a great pick. Probably somebody he's looking at. All right, move on to God, where am I at now? Number 8. Got old Maya. What's the T? I think the big thing for her team really just kind of comes down to this running back room. Is Baishal going to be the starter the whole year? Is he better than Chris Rodriguez? Probably. He's younger. He's more explosive. I'd like to see it, but then again, Liam Cohen, he's worked with Chris Rodriguez at Kentucky, so there is a path for him to see the field a good bit. And man, it really comes down to, is Bucky Irving going to literally just be anything? How bad is that shoulder injury, that ankle injury? Me personally, I feel kind of good about him. I mean, surely a shoulder injury is not going to hold you back that much. I think he should be fine. But then again, you play, what, Kenneth Gainwell, right? That's who they went out and got in free agency? Yeah, pull this up real
I
fast.
think so. You can.
Yeah.
peruse it. Yeah.
And they paid him, from what I remember, a pretty substantial amount of money, like 2 year, $14 million for a backup running back. So I think they expect him to see the field quite a bit, and I think that's kind of where my hesitation lies on Bucky Irving. But outside of that, the rest of the team right here is not bad. I love T. Higgins. I think Ladd's got a chance to go back to what he was his rookie year now without Keenan Allen, and you've got Mike McDaniel, the offensive coordinator. He should be great. Obviously, the NFL's best kicker, Brandon Aubrey. We love him. Yes, sir.
It's sad when that's the only thing you can brag about.
That much. Hey. We've also got like a top 3 wide receiver room, so let's get that straight too, pal. We're not that garbage. But overall,
Jeez.
I think this is a solid team.
So
Just right
Chet
now. Oh, yeah. Sorry. Go ahead, old Chatty.
Chatty has what's the T at number 5?
Really?
Strong contender. Um, might be the it says well the championship window, spread it out. Might be the most financially efficient roster in the league.
Yeah, that's definitely true.
Contract value, cap flexibility is the big one of the biggest strengths. Needs another impact running back. Sounds like every team that we've talked about so far.
Yeah.
And I think that's just going to be the overall vibe with everybody. Just because running back, it's kind of changed its way in the NFL. It's become more of a passing organization, and
Yep.
so the value at running back's hard. You used to be able to have, you could have any of the two running backs on any team, and you were a solid, in your running back squad. Where now it's if you're not getting the top guy, the second guy, you know, flex wide receivers scoring more. So
Wow, that
it's
almost shows like
it's
how old you are, because it's going way back. When running backs were
it's
actually utilized
it's
like that.
yeah, 10 years ago.
Whew.
So
Lord have mercy. I'm praying for you,
it
man.
it changes things. I'm hoping I make it through the season. We'll see what happens. I may stroke out.
Oh
Um,
man, I hope not.
so yeah, try to find that veteran running back that can maybe complement what's already there, and
Yep.
but otherwise it's a solid team all the way around.
Yeah, they were smart with their picks. They didn't trade a bunch of them away. Still got the 106, the 206, the 306. Even picked up the 10th in the second round. So really not bad. I mean, there's a lot to be kind of excited about. Is Bucky going to be good, or is he going to be ass? Because if he's good, this team is another team that, again, they're right there at the bubble. They're going to be fighting for a playoff spot. And again, anybody that makes it has a chance to win it. All right. Moving on to number 7. That's
Numero
yep.
7.
The other Bing, the lesser Bing. Obviously, I am supreme. That's so Nathan OG being credible over here. The Bebenberg Heathens. A lot to be excited about with the few players that are on this team. This team is as low as it is only because there's, well, really 4 guys here worth something, but they're all great. I mean, Ashton Jenney, JSN, Rasheed Rice, they're all ones at their position. So those 3 are going to carry you to that bubble regardless of what the rest of these guys do that he gets, if they stay healthy.
Yeah, no, it's solid. It's just being able to pick up. Where is he at on the? So he's there. He's got money to spend.
Yeah, he's got the third most
Um,
amount of cap in the league, and he's got the 108 and the 304. That's it. So not a lot. He's only really got a first round pick this year, but then
yeah,
$159 to spend is not a small amount of money. So I
yeah.
mean, this is
So
a
it
team
it
that I think after the offseason is definitely probably a top 5 team. I mean, it's just very top heavy right now.
so Chet has him at 8. Um, overall, just as a rising team, has one of the youngest offensive foundations in the league. Just needs to build some quality depth around him.
Yeah, definitely.
Once again, biggest need here is third on the list is running back depth. First is wide receiver depth. So I mean, obviously, with that low of amount of players, like depth
Yeah,
everywhere is
there is no
needed.
depth here.
So it's not that was
It doesn't exist yet.
that's one of those things. It's just depth is needed. you have to find some jewels. You're gonna have to maybe play on some. You know, have to pay for a couple guys, and then the rest of your money, you're looking for that breakout player or that guy. You know, if somebody gets hurt, kind of guy.
Yeah,
You know, so
and
I think that's the key there.
he had a busy offseason. I mean, he went and traded for JSN for Rasheed Rice, two guys that are going to be, top 10 at their position this year. I love to see that. In the trade, you lose Jamar Chase and Devon Achane, but Achane's definitely kind of a risk going into this year, and Jamar Chase, I think, no doubt, we all expect he should return to a top 3 receiver in fantasy. So, but the thing is he got a lot cheaper on his team, which is what opened up a lot of that cap he has this
Yep.
offseason. So, another thing I'm going to throw out there, because there's a lot of people that probably haven't checked into the app a whole lot since the offseason started, but you have contract extensions that you can hand out, and Ashton Jenney right here is a guy that you probably want to look at to extend. Only being paid $50 this year, he probably is going to end as a running back, 6 or 7 in fantasy. So, paying him $56 next year, I don't think is any big deal, and that's a guy that should probably be extended.
Yeah, I mean that's where I think everybody just kind of the going into the second season and not having to deal with all the fantasy, the not fantasy, but the franchise situations yet. Go in and look and see what you have and see what you have available
Yeah,
and check all that kind of stuff and make sure that if you can't extend someone that you want, do it. Why leave it up to don't
the
just let it sit
chance.
around, yeah, sit around
Yeah.
and hope you get them next year at maybe a cheaper value or something if that's your thought.
Well, I think
So
this free agency is probably going to be a little safer, I feel. It's not as top-end heavy as what we're probably going to be looking towards, next year and the year after in free agency, but you want to keep those elite players around. So, all right, well, that's the first half of the league. That's 6 teams already, and I've noticed that ChatGPT has not had one of these teams that I have in my top 6 at the very bottom. I got an idea as who that might be, and they are not number 6. At number 6, I've got old Saint 14's OnlyFans here in Captain Nene, also known as Captain Fat Glasses. I mean, this team has a lot to be excited about. I mean, you're very top heavy. You've got Jahmyr Gibbs, CeeDee Lamb. Again, if Jaden Daniels is healthy, you would assume Scary Terry, at worst, is a 2 on your team, but probably finishes as a wide receiver 15, so somewhere around there. K9, I'm gonna spill a little bit of bullshit real fast. I am nowhere near as high on this guy as the rest of the world. Even
yeah,
all right,
you
so
weren't you weren't last year either.
no, okay. Well, I had you trade him, and that worked out, now didn't it? So think about that. I was right. But
you,
look, as
you
long as
you
Pat
you weren't
Mahomes,
right, but that's fine.
I was. What the fuck are you talking about? Look at that. Hold on. I had 1,000 yards. Okay, well, hold on.
Yeah, you weren't right. It was fine. You were completely off on him.
He was ass through the middle. Dude, look at that. It's because I'm look at two good games after you traded him. Look, we don't even play fantasy football in week 18. This guy was fucking butt for most of the year. Okay, that was absolutely the right move to move off of him. So,
You were preseason saying move him.
okay, well, and that was still the right move. He had 3 good games. He was not good, bro. He was not good.
Continue on with your
Okay. Well, as long as Pat Mahomes has been the quarterback of the
dissertation
Chiefs,
on.
no running back, all the way back to Kareem Hunt, has been a great fantasy football running back. It just doesn't happen. I think, yeah, the production could be there for Kenneth Walker. 1,200 yards is not out of the picture, but he's not a receiving threat. He's not going to be in that offense. It's not how Pat likes to play the game. I don't see Kenneth Walker as a running back 1 on a team, and he's got a great situation here. He's a running back 2 behind Jahmyr Gibbs. You love that. You're only paying him $21. It's a great contract. Where he's at right here is great, but in redraft leagues, Kenneth Walker going at the 1-2 turn or even a couple picks after the 1-2 turn makes me want to puke every time. I hate it. I hate it so much. We'll move on. Travis Hunter, I feel bad for you, man. He's playing defensive back. I hate that. It's a guy, you probably give him a year to see, maybe he plays receiver, but if it doesn't happen this year, I think you got to cut him. That contract's kind of crazy. Brian Thomas, you hope, has a much better year this year, but not banking on it. And Xavier Worthy, man, what happened? This guy had so much hype coming out of the draft, man, and he has just done almost nothing. Just garbage. Just garbage. On a $16. Damn, look at that. All the way up until 2029. Yikes. Whew, that's
Yeah,
yikes. But again, it's
so
very top heavy. Go ahead, Chatty.
Chatty has a Saint at number 2 overall
What?
with a
Yeah, no.
championship favorite. Just letting you
Oh,
know what it
he's
says.
got
I'm not
$37 in cap.
I'm not the one that made this up.
Nah, bro, there's no way.
So depth. They just said depth. The biggest strength is explosive offensive playmakers.
Oh, yeah, all of these guys could be explosive.
When healthy, very few teams can match this starting lineup. Depth and one major injury basically is what's his biggest weakness. So no draft picks or no first round draft
Yeah,
picks.
no first round.
Um,
Second.
and so that's you're trying to find somebody in the later rounds that'll play maybe if that injury happens, or you're trying to find somebody for 27 season, 28 season, that sort of thing. So somebody that's going to develop into a starter for you.
Let me tell you something.
Um,
These three guys I'm circling right here are not doing shit in free agency. All right. He's got a few
it's
pieces to fill on this
it's
roster,
not,
man.
but yeah, but it's not. You're
It's
not looking for what he already
he's
has there.
looking for bench players,
You're not looking for
expensive
another
guys.
CD Lamb. You know what I'm saying? You're
Yeah,
looking for a guy that's going to fill in case some, like I said, you're looking for the guy that if that starter, it's almost like my situation. Like if you have a Persol and White gets hurt, fucking, you have a chance,
definitely. I mean, his
So
his starters
that's what
are set. Like that's what's
that's
great
what
about
he's
this
looking
team. Yeah,
for is he doesn't have to even look for a starter. He sees a decent player that people pass on, he can jump on it.
yeah. For
It's
$5 to
it's one of those
$6. Yeah,
things.
definitely.
So that's the thing there is his team's pretty much set.
Second is crazy, man.
It's
Second is
just,
crazy.
and I think that's why it's second, honestly, is because the team's set.
It's gotta be. Chatty
It's
loves it. They love a set team, man.
so that to me is the only reason why I think as high as it's rated is because everybody else is kind of a what if as more so than this is being it's already set and the core players are there, for the whole roster all the way up and down for the most part. So
Lord have mercy. All right. I mean, I agree with everything that was said, but second feels crazy to me to be that high. Well, let's go ahead and talk about ChatGPT's number 12 and my number 5. And again, the whole argument of their team being set is the only reason that Brody's team has made it to 5th on my list here, the Aquatic Sharks. I guarantee ChatGPT fucking hates this team because there's a few players here that I'm gonna bash. I'm gonna ask real fast though. ChatGPT's got this team 12th though, right?
ChatGPT has the Aquatic Shorts as the number one team. It has it as the
What?
Super Bowl champion.
You mean to tell me one of these top 4 teams are going to be number 12? All right, fuck that. Let's just go ahead and talk about his team real fast. I'm going to save that. There's no fucking way, bro. All right.
I'm just letting you know.
His running back room.
I'm not the one that built this.
His running back room is stacked. All right, you've got Derrick Henry, James Cook, Josh Jacobs. It's probably the best running back room in our league. And again, if that team gets to the playoffs, he's got a chance. You go 3 straight weeks of these guys giving you 25 points per game, 30 points, maybe a 40 burger in there. Like, he's going to win games. Like, it's definitely in there. Again, Patrick Mahomes is going to be your starter at quarterback, not Cam Ward. He should finish the year as a top 6 quarterback in fantasy. I mean, what he was doing last year towards the end of the year was, phenomenal. It's not really being talked about. Sorry, let me 2025 here, but he was on a pretty good run, man. Just a model of consistency right there. That's a great quarterback to have on your team. And this receiver room isn't bad. Marv, oh boy, pray for the guy. I mean, if he gets some decent quarterback play and he stops dropping fucking footballs, he's probably going to be decent. Parker Washington's definitely a wild card, but he could be the number 2 in that offense. And if BTJ is still garbage, he's really got a real path to having some targets there. And I don't like Pittsburgh. Fuck the Steelers. So sorry, Michael Pittman, you're done. I mean, I just don't see it. So where does Stephon sign? Like what's the deal with that? That's a big wild card right there. But then you look at Dameon Pierce, Van Jefferson. Why are they on your team? Outside of that, this team's really not bad. The big thing is he has his entire team pretty much set. And going into the offseason, man, he's got a lot of draft capital. Let me go ahead and pull this up real fast. He's looking at pick 2, pick 4, pick 12, pick 15, pick 17. He's got a bunch of draft capital, bunch of guys to just stash away, put on the practice squad. I love that. You've got no money for free agency, but you don't need it. The only position you're filling is kicker. And for me, that's why he's number 5. But go ahead, Chatty. Talk to me about number 1.
Chatty.
No fucking way.
Chatty says no team in the league is positioned to win both today and tomorrow better than the Aquatic Shorts. Mahomes is one of the best contracts in the league.
Yes, absolutely.
Running back room is loaded with proven production, and owning 3 first-round picks gives a franchise the ability to reload without sacrificing the current championship window.
Yeah,
Biggest strength is roster construction. Elite players at the league's most valuable positions, while controlling premium draft capital. Very few dynasty teams can realistically compete for a title while simultaneously adding 3 first-round rookies.
yeah, that's
Biggest
definitely
weakness
true.
is running back longevity.
Yeah,
Older guys
fair.
there, older guys sitting there playing at his running back slot. So,
But he's got 102. Let's say Brian
well,
pulls
yeah, no,
a.
that's what they're
Maybe he
saying
ends up with
is,
Jeremiah Love. Maybe Brian really likes one of those receivers. I doubt
so
it, but
it's
maybe.
saying, pick up some young running backs, and that doesn't have to be either one of those two. There's some guys that can make some plays. Like I said, not this year. He doesn't need to look for a guy this year
No,
necessarily,
he does not. His roster's
So,
constructed, set.
it's not that you have to have uh Love or Price, you can get a guy, maybe that you feel like is going to develop in a year or two. So,
Yeah.
um he definitely has some good options there, and just like it's solid. It's already there. You already know it's a known roster. So, um I think he has, just some small, maybe some, like same as the last team. If you get a guy that everybody else is kind of ho humming on and not really jumping on, maybe you put a couple extra bucks on him, and that's your veteran backup that you
Yeah,
need.
love it.
So that's why they have him there.
He's also a big thing, Brody. He's got some really good extensions here. He probably needs to make. I mean, if you can get Pat back, 2027 for $10, like that's a fucking steal. James Cook again, 2027 for $31. That's a steal. I mean, the contracts here are very, very good. He definitely had a good, first draft we had last year.
Yeah. So
I just want to confirm because I'm starting to feel like I've kind of been fucking this up. We've gone over 8 teams. Like none of those teams were 12th according to ChatGPT. Like, or am I just tripping?
none of the number 12 has not been spoken for.
Man, how? These next
10.
4 teams. All right,
I'm
this
gonna
is a
tell you,
big.
10 and 12 are still there.
Oh Lord, have mercy. This ChatGPT doesn't know what they're talking about. All right, for
So
me.
11's there, already been
All right.
spoken for.
Uh,
Did we speak for? Nine's been spoken for.
this is crazy because we've
Eight,
already talked
seven,
about 1 and
eight,
2.
6 has been spoken for. 5, 4 has not been spoken for, and 3, 4, 10, and 12 are still the numbers here.
That is crazy. Well, for me, the
Well,
top
let's
four.
continue on. Let's continue on. What's your next one?
This is a tier. These top four are the clear-cut championship contenders going into next year. Apparently not, according to Chatty. Fucking blown
See, well,
away.
and the thing with Chad is it's completely unbiased.
Yeah,
there's
which is also
no,
true,
you
man. There's a
know.
lot of bias for me, a ton of it.
So
Wow. All right, number four for me was a tie for third, actually, but I'm gonna give fourth to George. He's got a lot of pieces on this team that I genuinely just I think they're so elite. It's gonna carry this team regardless of what the rest of the team does, and that's Bijan and Puka. I mean, that is a dream come true for a duo at running back and wide receiver. Chuba Hubbard, kind of more. When I wrote this list, I was thinking he was going to be the running back one, but now that Jonathan Brooks is more in the picture, that might not be the case. So I don't know. His value's going down just a little bit. Khalil Shakir is a great number two in that offense next to DJ Moore. I think his production is still very boomer bust. He's got potential. Alvin Kamara, everybody's heard the reports. Training camp, he's showing up. He's putting in the work. This guy wants the football. It's a shame he's going to get hurt in week 5. But for the first 4 weeks, man, he's got you production. I think that's a solid running back. And again, Ja'Cory, who's their running back one? Rashad White is going to take most of those carries, so I'm kind of out on Bill here, but that's okay. Just for me, it's just these top really 5 players: Kyle Pitts, Khalil Shakir, Puka Nacua, Chuba Hubbard, Bijan Robinson. Hell, even Baker Mayfield's a good fantasy football quarterback. I mean, look at his time here in Tampa Bay. I mean, it's been solid. So I just think that core is extremely good. And then not to mention, you look at his offseason outlook here. $91 is sure towards the bottom, but that's still a good amount of money. You're going to end up with a good player with that money. And he kept his capital. Yeah, they're towards the back end, but that's still good capital to build on for the future. Maybe not necessarily this year, but I don't know, man. Where does Chatty have old George ranked?
I'm gonna tell
Our
you,
championship runner-up.
Chatty has Mr. I'm stuck Stepborough at number 12.
Oh man, dude,
Number 12.
no fucking way.
Has the cornerstone players. Roster lacks overall depth to compete with the league's elite. Does say it could be a fringe playoff team. Cornerstone
French.
players. Biggest weakness is overall roster depth, and biggest need is wide receiver.
Yeah, wide receiver, I definitely agree with, but you're gonna fix that in free agency. $91. I mean, you could look at two kind of middle tiering guys, or you could go after one of these elite guys. You know, Justin Jefferson's going to be there. He's probably going to get paid $60. So I mean, that's an option. I mean, George Pickens, everybody's going to love him. Zay Flowers is sneaky good. You know, I'm not super high on him, but he has good games. I mean, a lot of these guys, man, like they're gonna have production. So there's plenty of receivers to go around in free agency. He's gonna get a good value on somebody. I cannot believe Chatty has him at 12, man.
Chatty has him at 12.
That's not, man.
Like I said, I'm not the one picking these. I just put it in.
That is disrespect, man.
And we are gonna follow this as long as we keep doing this. You know, I'll follow it week
Yeah.
in, week out. The chat, it'll be the same same conversation all the way through. You know, I'm not gonna start new conversations. It'll say, all right, you know, after the draft, here's the new rosters. Go ahead and re-rank, you know, and so it'll re-rank it and look again and do that. And
I mean, that's a playoff team for sure, man. ChatGPT is just,
so
they're
we'll
tripping
see.
right now. They just don't know.
We'll see.
All right. Tied
So
for
yeah.
that. When I was doing the points for each team, tied for him was my team. All Hurts' top 10, which is, again, sacrilege. We don't like Jalen Hurts. This is in quotes for a reason. The guy's ass. I mean, there's a lot to like here. I mean, it's very top heavy. We don't have any money or draft picks. We are all in, or you know, the rebuild. Sure, yeah. After the first 3 years is going to be kind of tough, because even then, I've got a lot of these guys coming back next year. Let me pull up the old front office here. I mean, even going into next year, we're still 2 years. Devon, Drake London still there. Olave is going to have a massive year this year. The team is still good. You know, we like it. But big thing this year comes down to is Christian McCaffrey able to stay healthy? Will Devon get the production in that offense? Can he score touchdowns? I don't know. It's a maybe. Their running back room, again, still has a bunch of depth because even then, Kyron is a model of consistency. I mean, this guy, every year he's in the league, man, he's going to give you, 270 points, minimum. Sure, there's a lot of Blake Corum glaze. That's great. They might split downs. Who cares? Or split drives. I'm sorry. I don't care. They did that last year. Blake Corum was not that good. Kyron is still the number one running back in that offense. He's going to get most of the carries, especially in the goal line. He's going to be great. Jaylen Warren, again, man, $7 on this guy for this year. I might extend him. We'll see. I don't know what it's going to look like going forward, but we all know Caleb Johnson is ass, dude. What a fumble. Like, my God. I'm glad I didn't draft him last year, man. Horrible. Rico's going to take some carries, but Jalen is still the one. He's got that receiving upside. But, yeah, looking at this team's draft capital, nothing this year. Absolutely nothing. And really going forward, yeah, sure, 2 first-round picks, one coming from Nene. He's probably a playoff team, so that pick's not going to be that great. And then one from you and, oh, that's right. We did a little gamble, didn't we?
We did. We'll see
We
what
went,
happens.
we went first for I'm definitely beating you next year, so we're going to be okay. That pick's going to be a top 5 pick. I can't wait. Thank you for that, by the way.
We'll see.
So what's Chatty got to say about me?
Chatty has Hurts is top 10 at 10. Has you at Boomer Bust.
Yeah, that's very accurate. Boomer Bust is right.
Has your championship window this season and next season.
I agree with that. I did mention that.
It says this roster has as much top end talent as anyone. Now, remind you, this isn't just the hardcore 1 through 12. This is the
Yeah.
whole franchise outlook as far as moving outwards. Past this season also.
Yeah, definitely.
So that's why they have you down there as a boomer bust. And at 10 is just because it's this year basically or kind of nothing.
Yeah, definitely.
So it's roster has as much top end talent as anyone in the league. List all your guys. This says they can beat anyone in a given week. Concern is sustainability. Biggest strength is elite starters. Biggest weakness is aging running back room and limited depth. Biggest need for you is youth.
Oh, man, the youth is there, though, man. Like, Quentin Johnston and that Mike McDaniel offense could be primed for a breakout year. Chris Olave is still only, 26? Yeah, 26, man. Like, he's young. He's good. Trey McBride, again, 26. The pieces are there. I get where ChatGPT is coming from, but literally, man, our championship last year was between myself and George, and it's got us at 10th and 12th, man. The turnaround is not looking good for us, man. It's bad juju. We're set up to fail.
So it's just, like I said, it's we're gonna follow it week in, week out. It's given me some options for some other things. As far as like little side things that we can talk about, in the cast and whatnot, and so just little fun things to BS about. So we'll see what goes on, but we have there's a little one move away. The single biggest move each franchise can make, kind of thing, and
we should have gone over that. We can do that next week.
Yeah, we can do that again, next week or whatever. Like I said, we're not gonna go over everybody again next week, So
yeah,
so we can do little things like that. So we'll always have something to talk about, and it's like I said, this feed's gonna be the whole year, so it's gonna know the rules, it's gonna know the rosters, it's gonna know everything. So we'll see how it changes throughout we have what week 1 says, and then we're gonna see what week 16 at the end?
17.
17. There you go.
17 is a championship. Man, are you using ChatGPT to build your team?
I am not.
Good, because they would fail you.
Yeah.
Woo! All right, my top 2 here were also a tie. The tiebreaker for me was broken by one of these teams is, again, just like me, very boomer bust, like based on these injuries. And it's going to be your buddy Joey, old Puff Puff Passers. a lot of these guys are down here towards the bottom, man. Sharp, when he comes back, fantasy playoff threat if Darion's not looking like an elite running back. Malik Neighbors, if he's healthy, which I'm more willing to believe he's going to be later in the season, it's a top 5 receiver in fantasy. George Kittle, if he's healthy, man, that's a top 5 tight end in fantasy football. Again, you look at that, man. Jonathan Taylor last year finally stayed healthy for a whole season, or almost a whole season. Yeah, the whole season. And he was fucking killing it for the first half of the year. I mean, my God. And he was still good even after that. So you have a lot to really, really love on this roster. Even then, T-Mac's great. Cortland Sutton's a good flex receiver option. Caleb Williams, Lamar Jackson at quarterback. The fact Caleb's your backup might be a decent bit of trade bait. We'll see. And what does he have in terms of capital? Yeah, $84 again. That's still a good amount.
You're going to be able to get, 1-2 decent players.
Yeah, and then picking 7th, not bad.
Because you're going to have to spread that money out a little bit.
Yeah, I think the big thing for me is just injuries, man. If Kittle, Neighbors, Charbonnet, they come back, they're great. This team is a championship contender. I just think Jonathan Taylor and Malik Neighbors have a very real possibility to be top 3 at their position. So
yeah, I mean, long as health happens.
And again, like Lamar Jackson, man, like last year was terrible. We get that, but I mean the production's there.
Traditionally, he's been there. Yeah. So, Chad has him at 4.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
Strong contender. Obviously, like you said, with Lamar and Caleb there, top tier quarterbacks, very strong there. One goes down or just isn't playing well, you have that ability to put the other guy in, To me, though, that's where you start flip-flopping guys, and if you're not trusting one, and then that one ends up going off for some unknown reason, and the guy you put in has a shit day, that's where I don't, not to say that I don't like having that, but that's where having 2 there, you know what I'm saying? Like when you have 2 there and you start second-guessing yourself on who to start and when to start them. But it says biggest weakness is the running back depth, just like what 8 or 9 of our teams so far,
dude,
so
it's gonna be. But again, he's got 2 starters, so I don't even agree with that because JT and Sharp. Well, the thing with Sharp is it's not to start the year. So yeah, that is true. To start the year, he needs a running back too.
So biggest need is reliable RB2. So it's there's he has the one first round pick, I think.
At number 7.
So yeah, who's gonna sit down there at 7? Who's gonna maybe who does somebody maybe pick a little higher and maybe somebody drops down to him, So we'll see what happens. But yeah, 4 has him as a strong contender. And I think we can both agree that that's a legit case.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, he's gonna have a chance. I really hope your team stays healthy this year because last year Malik went down and he still managed to finish. I want to say 4th or 5th.
I think 4th, right there.
Yeah. Hold on, I can. Well, damn, there was a way for me to pull up.
You changed that to 25, no?
Well, I think so, but I was making sure. Yeah, season results. Okay, so he wound up 6th. He lost the 5th game to Nene. But even then, if you have Malik Neighbors in the playoffs, he would have gone on a run. He would have had a chance. So it's a bummer.
So yeah, 5th, whatever. It's right there. So.
Well, and that leaves number 1, the team that I like the most coming into this year. And that's old Elam Solometes. I don't know how to say their last name, but the Greek brothers. 1-4 for me. I mean, this shit is stacked, man. Chase Brown, Marion Hampton. It's the best running back duo in the league. It's not close. I love both of these guys going into next year. You've got the best quarterback in fantasy football. I mean, consistently, Josh Allen every year has games where he's going to put up, 40 points somewhere, 30 points at some point in the league. It always happens. It's just what he does. Amon-Ra's being slept on a little bit. I feel like he should be up there in that elite wide receiver talk with Puka and JSN and Jamar Chase coming into the year. There's a lot of analysts that are kind of keeping him out of that list, but he should be up there. I mean, his production every year is solid. It's consistent. He doesn't get hurt. You love Amon-Ra. DK, the Steelers suck ass. DK will suck ass. I hate that for him. Really hate that for him. I do. Except for, Jalen Warren's a Steeler, but he's going to be great. That's okay. But the rest of them, they're terrible. Tucker Kraft, man, that ACL injury. If he comes back, he does what he normally does. He'll be great. It really just depends. But you could maybe upgrade at tight end. There's a lot of good options in free agency. And even then, Jordan Addison, Dalton Kincaid might end up being the starter. We'll see. A really, really good core right there on that team. And then you come over here, you look at what he's got coming into the offseason. $92, that's a good amount of money to spend. You've got your draft picks. You've got the 110. You're going to put somebody on that roster. I mean, I love it. I think this team pre-offseason, which that's what my list was, and ChatGPT, I see, was a lot smarter than me. Pre-offseason, I think this team is poised to really make a great run going into next year.
So Chad has him at 3. Overall grades A, strong contender. Now through 29, championship window. Same basic thing, elite players all the way through. Biggest strength is balance.
Yeah.
Very few obvious weaknesses. Strong quarterback, reliable receivers, quality tight end room. I mean, it may not be the top 5 tight ends, but it's still quality, Solid running backs. Lack of elite depth behind the starters. That's the weakness, according to Chat.
Yeah, but that's every team for right now.
So, but with this many players, that's why they're pulling that, that's why they're saying that. Some of us that have 4 or 5 players on a team, there's lack of depth everywhere,
Yeah.
So they'd have to go off of what, there's a solid roster already set here. It says biggest need is a young, difference-making wide receiver. So,
and again, there's a couple of them in free agency this year, so he's in a pretty good spot to make something happen.
So, yeah. Let me see. I don't know if that number. You didn't write these down, huh? You didn't.
I didn't write yours down. Mine were written down.
I'm just wondering
if
it's.
You want to go back through what Chatty has from 12 to 1. That refresher is needed, man. Because what the fuck, bro? Chatty's got some crazy opinions.
What's the team?
I'll go back through mine real fast. So just to recap, my number 12 was old AA Ron. My 11 was the Pork Chop Powerhouse. My number 10 was Ass to Mid. My number 9 was old Caleb, Mr. I'm Dirty Dan. 7 was Maya. What's the T? Number 7 was Nathan OJ being credible with the Bebenberg Heathens. Number 6 was Nene. Oh, Captain Fat Glasses, Mr. Saints 14 OnlyFans. Bradley Rohde, Mr. Brody Reams, the Aquatic Sharks at number 5. George, one of the Greek brothers. I'm Stuck Stepborough at number 4. Myself at 3rd. Old 2, Mr. Joey. The number 1, Elam.
All right, let me do a quick. And this rundown, just so you guys know, is the future predictions and everything involved. Stepborough's 12. Dirty Dan is 11. 10 is Hertz is top 10. 9 is Pork Chop. 8 is was it Bettenberg, Hugans, Betten Heathens, something like that. That was 8. 7 is myself, worst to not so bad.
Unbelievable.
6 is the Mandalorians. 5 is What's the T. 4 is Joey at Puff Puff. 3 was, I want to say, Cincy. 2 was Saint, and then Mr. Brody at 1, Aquatics. If you just want to go this season, they have a few guys swapped out. They have Aquatic winning it, Saint 2nd.
Wow.
Joey being 3rd, Cincy 4th. What's the T 5th? Mando 6, Hertz 7, myself at 8, Bettenberg Heathens at 9, Pork Chop at 10, Dan at 11, and Burrow was stuck at 12. So,
Wow, man, that's crazy.
um, yeah, so that was just their down and dirty, just what's going on this year. Nothing looking forward, nothing else. So,
Yeah.
like I said, once again, we'll be following it all year. Let's see what happens. I have
See
some
how good
cool
Shady is.
there's another one, GM seat temperature, who's feeling the heat,
Mm.
who needs to, do some moves, who needs to do some things. So
We've got a lot
um
to talk about next week.
yeah, so next week will be fun. We'll have some cool stuff to talk about.
Yeah, that's going to be leading
Um
up right to free agency. It's going to be right
yeah,
before that Monday.
yeah.
We're going to do a first round mock for the rookie draft.
And
So
then
that ought to be fun.
I'll try to copy this, what they have for the fantasy, for the future one that I was kind of reading off of. It says like kind of it knows each roster position, so each draft position, so it'll say like they should maybe go after, X, Y, and Z,
Yeah.
their veteran target acquisitions, that sort of thing. So I'm gonna copy all that, and if you do set up a Discord, we'll put it in the Discord. Otherwise, I'll see if it'll fit in the chat.
I'll get
So
around to it one day, I swear. I'm just so fucking lazy.
you already have it. Just create it. You're signed
Oh
in
man.
currently to Discord.
I know,
Just
but as soon as we're
start
done here,
it.
man, I'm out of this chair and I'm on the way to Zaxby's, man.
I don't want to hear it. Just start the
Oh,
Discord first and then go to
I know.
Zaxby's.
I got everybody's Discords for no reason because I've done nothing with them.
Well, you're gonna do it now. So
All right.
we're just over an hour, guys. Thanks for listening to us rattle. Um Let us know what you guys think. Let us know what you guys want to hear, see, that sort of thing. We can always bring you guys on. Anybody that wants to
100%.
come on and talk also. We can actually have, I want to say, up to 10 people in this.
That's great. We're gonna
So,
get these rivalries flowing this year.
so we'll see. Yeah, we'll see if you got anybody wants to ever jump in, jump on. Um, if on a Sunday, we could start a live. If anybody wants to just jump in the live chat and BS with each other, we can do that too. So, anyway, that's our pre-draft, Matt's biasness and Chat's honesty.
Chance, honesty, bro. My
So
team is not 10.
we'll
Get
see
the
what
fuck out of
happens.
here, bro.
Hertz is definitely number 10.
All right.
I
Yeah.
agree.
Chat
We're
is back.
signing off.
That's right. Thanks for listening, you guys. Have a good one.
Peace.